Hi and welcome to oScholars tutorial. I'm Jay, and in this video we'll be talking about supervisions. Now, we have Odum Grace is the account that I just logged in, and it happens that Odum Grace is the vice principal. Now we have supervision in such a way that we can actually supervise academic work on the platform as a vice principal. The vice principal can also supervise the views of the students and in the school system. Now, all these records have been created by her subordinate, and she has the capability of viewing it and knowing whether they conform with the instructions that have been given by the subordinate to actually do those activities. When we click on our academic supervision, we'll be presented with the interface whereby you can actually have a view of the assignment, the test score, academic records. We have the assignment, we have the test, we have the projects, we have the exam, we have results, and we have lesson notes. Then we have class register, students reports, we have fees, we have library, we have books that are in the library, book list, the borrowed books, those that borrowed books. Then automatically, without asking or consulting any of the members of staff to come and bring their records or submit their record, she can actually view them directly from her own endpoint and have a glimpse of what is actually going across the application. Now we have this particular let's say we want to select let's say SS2A, and we are currently on assignments as the academic record we're talking about. You can select mathematics. These are the subjects offered there. We have mathematics. We have that the person that is teaching mathematics for SS2 A, yes, it is 2A mathematics, is the Oteejay, and she has actually given her 2 assignments. The first assignment, the maximum score is 25 and the weight is 2.5, and it was Oteejay that created it. Of the highest score in the assignment is 20, the average score is 20, the lowest score is 20, absent is 0. We have the full detail about the assignment there. And if you look at this other one, the first assignment, we have that the maximum score is 20, the weight is 2.5. We have the test of the assignment. Maybe this one will be explaining what the student have to do, and you find out that the student can also view this thing when the student logs into his or her own account, and will be able to answer the assignment or maybe give response to the assignment. Now we have a document, the document that the person uploaded. Maybe this document is now stating, giving more explanation about the assignment, and the student has to access this document from their own points and be able to actually respond to the assignment appropriately. And this is a summary of the score when it was the total people recorded. The total number of students that offered the subject is 3, and 1 was not recorded and 2 has been recorded. And based on this detail, she can actually have a glimpse of what is actually going on this particular class and for this particular subject, mathematics. Now this particular academic supervision can also be either be done the vice principal has the capability of actually doing it, and also the HOD has the capability of actually doing this particular thing. That is, this is for assignment. That of test score, test is the same, looks alike. The exam, you can click on exam so that we can view how the academic supervision of exam looks like. We have okay, we are still on SS2A mathematics. The subject teacher is Oteejay, and the name of the exam is third term exam. The maximum score is 100, the weight is 75, created by Oteejay. Find out that three students offers the subject and 3 were recorded, 2 were above average, 0 was absent, lowest score was 38, average score was 68, and the highest score was 91. It gives you a statistical analysis of the exam. And we can also click on results, and we have the view of the result. That's a computation of all the assignments, tests, and the projects, and giving them the grade points. Also, we have also for SS2A mathematics, and have the subject that is Oteejay. After that, Abo Chidebere has 38 over 100 in the exam, and 29% is the overall score. That is, this computed against the tests and the assignment and projects. However, as a Chisholm had 91 over 100 in the exam only, and when you try to calculate this again along with the assignment, the project, and the test course, you find out that the total become was 70%, and 70% is G2. All the same, all other ones you can actually see how they look like. That is for exam. Then we can also view lesson notes. You find out that you can check the lesson note of the teacher, it's which the lesson note has uploaded. Now we have that is SS2A mathematics. That this is the title of the lesson note, bone replacement, and this is the topic is on probability, and this lesson note is for the 5th week and the 7th period in that particular week, and this is the document that she uploaded as a lesson note. You can click on this document and have a view of what the document is all about, and you can have and then check her the lesson notes, and know whether she's actually doing a very nice job according to the way it should be done. Then you can that is for lesson notes. Look at it, it's still loading, maybe it's a little bit big. And we have this is a class register. We have student reports, have student reports or class register. Click on class register. This one, the person is upload. I don't know what happened. Have class register for this particular SS2, and we have that this person was present on Monday 20th April 2015. He was absent on this day, and this particular day the person was present but only in morning. Well, if it were to be in the afternoon, it will have a year, but if it is combination of this color, it means that the person was present both in the morning and the afternoon. So you can actually see them. You can actually see this one is for the full month, for the full term, and you can actually select by date and check which persons were present on Monday 6th April. When you click on that, you can view which persons were present on Monday 6th April, and then you can see that you have access to the data. You have that this thing is about 441 pages, so the document is big. Okay, this is just a sample document. Nobody is going to be taught keep replacement in secondary school. Now we have these are the students in the particular school, in particular class, and you find out that on this particular day, Monday 6th April 2015, none of them was in school. So or the staff or the form teacher, which happens to be a leader, didn't mark their register. So you have you can still select another date to view. Then we can actually see the report of we are still working on this SS2. You can still change SS2E. You can still change to another particular class. If you look at the report, look at how their report look like. Let's just look at Chisom Mabel. We'll find out the aggregate score is 70, and the aggregate score in terms of percentage is 70%. The position in class is 4. The report category is passed. The position in arm is 1. We have this position in arm is, let's say, SS2A. The position in that SS2 is 1. Let's say position in class is, let's say, in the whole of SS2 first again. So it has the capability of actually grading students or ranking students just in that way. We have English language. Then here it will show the particular score and the what they call it, the grade. And mathematics show the particular score for mathematics, the grade. Then it will list out all the subjects the person answer offered. So these ones are just sample explaining how it looks like. You can click on annual, then have a view of the annual score, and it states that Ali Daya was actually a form teacher that actually prepared the report, this result. We can click on fees, and we'll be looking at the fees of SS2A students, and it was going to give us the detail of which fees they have paid. This person, I don't think she has not paid any of the fees. I think this is the particular fee, that is the extra lesson fee. She's supposed to pay extra lesson fee of 12,000 naira, but she has not paid. PTA fee of 7,500, she has not paid. And if you look at this one has not paid. Look at this one has not paid. This one has not paid. I think there is one that has paid, but I cannot really trace that one here. Look at this one now. We have SS2 and SS2D on one is Samsung. chairman, the person has paid this particular one. It shows us the stages of payment. I think the person paid instrumentally because this person paid 4,000 naira. It was recorded by Omar somebody, and this outstanding is 0. The first one he paid was 8,000 naira, recorded by Omar son on this particular day. Understand? And this one, the person has not paid, but the person has paid for extra lesson but not PTA. Now this is the way in which you can actually have a view of fees payments by the student. You can actually have supervise what happens in the library, the books that are currently in the library and the books that are not in the library, and you can actually still look at the book list of each particular class. You have that all the books in the library are this. You can have a list, can be tons and thousands of books there, and have pagination to separate them. You can view them by subject, you can view them by the collection, you can view them by the publisher, by the author. You can click on this, we'll have the mathematics. Click on this, we have the mathematics subject books. You can click on the other one, we have the English books. Then this one will give us the book list. That is the, let's say for example, just one, what and what books are they supposed to buy. You can click on mathematics to see the book list for what UBA 3 mathematics for that 2014-2015 session. Remember that the way some of those things work is that when you click on the main dashboard, it will only give you, it will reference the current term, and if you click on this English, we'll have a view of how the book list looks like. And one thing about this book list, this one doesn't have a book list. I don't think this, let's select SS2 book lists. SS2 book lists. We have things fall apart. We have that the author Oteejay, subject is English language, publisher Africana series, edition in 4 series, available in library 4 copies. So it means that this particular interface for book list of English will be made available to the staff teaching English for SS2, the students offering English for SS2, and the parents of the students that offer English in SS2. So that is the way the application made robust, such a way that all members of the school system actually are carried around by exactly the same data of information. Now we have borrowed books. Then the vice principal can actually look at the borrowed books in the school's library and know the person that have returned and all of that things involved. Of that, this particular person, that is a Chisoma, she's a student and she borrowed this book, collected this book on this particular day, and she has not yet returned it. Of Oteejay was the person that wrote the book, things fall apart. You can check on returned. You can then view whether the principals, the staff, the teachers that actually has borrowed books on the platform. You can check the students, all of them. You can check by their classes, and this goes a long way to actually make it easy for the vice principal to actually know what is actually going on across the whole application by all the subordinates on the platform. And it happens in such a way that the access to this particular interface, she can actually grant it out as a privilege to another person on the platform to actually go through this. In terms of if somebody has to go through this and give her a report on what is going on, the person can use communication to give her a report on what is going on. And also the principal can have access to what all this particular interface through his own access points, because there is a way there is a link for the principal to actually have access to this particular supervision capability. We thank you for checking out this tutorial. We look forward to see you in the next lesson, and we hope that we encourage you to sign up your school on oScholars. Goodbye.